You don't need to be an artist to actually make video game characters anymore. I'm building a multiplayer soccer game and I need like all of the players, including the field, the goals, and everything. But here's the problem. I can't draw, like at all. So I figured, how can I get this workflow going? And I reached out to Claude AI to help me do the research. And it did a bunch of MCP tool calls and said, you can use Gemini Pro. So I actually used Gemini to make the art, and it costs about 13 cents per image. And if you ever wanted to build a game, but just got stuck at the visuals part, I'm gonna show you how to get past that. So let's go ahead and cook. We got some sprites to make. I'm gonna show you a little bit of prompting techniques, how I use JSON prompts to generate some things. So create this pixel art sheet of the soccer player. So we can just tell it to create this. Wait, I can just give it this prompt, huh? We're using the new Nano Banana Pro with the Gemini 3 Pro image thing, and we'll see what it comes up. Show the following 4 poses on a sprite sheet. Okay, let's just see if I can run with this and see what happens. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's kind of cool. Did we just generate all the sprites already? No way. No way, no way, no way. Okay, I need to have more conversations. I grew up playing video games. I was so addicted to video games. I had to kind of completely stop, and I stopped playing video games. I took all that energy and threw it into like tech and coding and everything. I wanted to actually make the video games, and I was actually wanting to go to a school to make video games, but like I couldn't afford that school. My parents couldn't afford it, obviously. And so I was like, okay, that's a lost opportunity. That's like a, previous life. What I'm thinking here to make the sprites, by the way, is to kind of look at some references and do a design forward approach. So I just want to put a canvas out. I'm going to kind of shop around at different design ideas, try to see if I can choose some colors, choose some color palettes, take a look at some fonts. I want to see some fonts that kind of inspire me and kind of bring me back to this like, world of, I think Nintendo was really cool as far as like nostalgic, but I also like the SNES, like Sega Genesis, like, pixelations too, because 8-bit is 8-bit, but then like if you kind of up the bits like 16 or 32, then like you get a little bit more color variety. And this is kind of where I can have a conversation maybe with Gemini to create different worlds or different ideas for things. So I want to combine these different ideas and kind of lay them out in canvas styles. What styles of things do I like that really resonate with me? Because I want to make it more about me. And then the AI from there should then be able to take that concept and then help me generate like sprites that will kind of fall into that, if you know what I mean. So maybe I'll do some research tasks to get sprites and all that. I'm going to do Claude. I'm trying to do some research and build sprites for the game and work with the game engine. I'm going to need you to do some research using Exa MCP, and I'm going to also attach the documentation for the architecture plan here. I'm not even sure what I should be doing in terms of how I should pick the right colors, fonts, and all these other things. And my thinking was to just start with Figma and start to look for inspiration to draw things in. In December of 2025, Google has released Gemini 3, and it's called Gemini Pro or Gemini 3 Pro or Nano Banana Pro. And from there, it's extremely powerful, and we should be able to give it reference images and be able to describe things for our game. And this is probably what we're going to use to actually generate those assets. Okay, so Exa MCP is a huge unlock for me. Make sure you have this enabled. And if you haven't, go ahead and sign up. It's awesome. It makes Opus 4.5 like that university research student. I prefer, first of all, Claude like Opus as a model. And Opus 4.5 is extremely good at like tool calling and sequential thinking. So when it does a first step, gather some information, it tries to think about everything else in the context and then figure out what the next steps it needs to do from there. So it's really good at taking something unstructured like this, thinking through what I'm trying to get through here. As you can kind of see, Ray is asking me about, and it's like I asked about 7 different things in there, right? And it says, let me start by these 3 steps, right? So it doesn't overload itself. It's like, okay, I need to do these things. So here it is doing actual web searches, and this is kind of it's doing its own internal web searches. And now it has some more context. So I've created everything we need. Let me create a comprehensive checklist document for your game asset creation flow. So here we are. It's creating the stuff for us. This is crazy. Define your visual style, set up the tools. So we're basically generating our own course for ourselves, right? Like in essence, that's what you would do, right? Like we have the power of AI to help us research and then help us generate the steps that we need to get to the next thing. And I think this is the biggest unlock for AI that we've ever seen in our lifetimes. So there's a research and reference collection. There's a visual style guide. Awesome. And we have a tool setup, a sprite, ASEP, right? So it's $20 and there's free alternatives. There's Gemini 3 Pro images. So we can, it's like 13 cents per image. And there's character sprites. So complete animation list for outfield players, goalkeepers, and chatbot player, and the exact AI prompts to use. And then we have environment assets. So that'll be like these structures, UI elements, damn. And then there's a sprite sheet for the export settings, animation code, and example files. Wow. So the key workflow, the research confirmed your instinct. The AI generation manual cleanup is the winning combo. It can handle character consistency for up to 14 reference images, which is perfect for generating sprite sheets. You generate the concept with AI and then clean it up pixel by pixel in AES Sprite, and then that crisp NES authenticity. Whoa, this is crazy. This checklist is massive. Oh, I like these big head character proportions, roughly 2:1 head to body. Games typically use 4 colors per sprite. Cool. So create a reference board. Note what makes this style distinctive are large expressive heads, small bodies, simple but readable animations, and then bold outline. Sprite dimensions. This is awesome. Animation frame counts. Oh, this is cool. We can AI prompt template for Gemini 3 Pro. So create this pixel art sheet of the soccer player. So we can just tell it to create this. Did we just generate all the sprites already? Wow, look at this cool grass, lines, dirt, goal. Oh, wow. This is going down a really great rabbit hole. Hold on. I'm gonna give it that prompt guide. I gave it this prompt. How do we improve the prompt to do more prompty things? Okay, here are the characters for my game, and this is the prompt that I have used. Help me improve the prompt because I want to make the characters feel like they're more modern and more relatable to our current era. For example, we'll have Team OpenAI versus Team Anthropic. So each company has their own branding and they have their own actual characters. So then I'll give it the prompt that we had earlier, Claude. I have the reference image prompt. I have my desired outcome and then research, and then I have attached the image. So character sprite sheet prompt. Oh my God, this is insane. Altman, Captain Team Striker, distinguishing feature, slightly taller sprite, confident pose, the light cap, middle fielder, and we have Brockman, the defender, OG founder vibe, distinguishing feature. We have GPT bot, the goalkeeper. This is awesome. Okay, notes for production. This prompt will allow for generating individual character sprite sheets, maintaining consistency across teams. So meme potential with recognizable characters. And they're not literal depictions. So they're inspired by characters. Keep it playful, respectful, and focus on the fun rivalry between the AI labs. How do I start with this prompt? Should I generate them one by one? What markdown should I give to the Nano Banana Pro model for my first prompt? Let me give you the full team sprite sheet that includes everyone plus assets similar to what you've already generated. Here's a complete prompt for your first team. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this in. Let's say we should be able to generate the sprite sheet that we want. So this is gonna be OpenAI colors is gonna be green, teal green. I don't know why. Dark green, white, and black is for the accent. Why is Anthropic's characters look so fire? They're like, yeah. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a crazy game. I like this. The current character sets, while they are fun and worked for the previous era with NES, I wanna maybe do it a little bit differently here because I do kind of like this era, but we maybe can enhance it a little bit. And I want you to do some research using Exa MCP as well and look for some current modern trends and help me understand some fun characters that we can build so that they feel a little bit more personal, because I think more people are going to be invested if they can see themselves in the game and if they can play as their favorite characters. You know, getting the opportunity to work at Apple was really amazing because I got to learn about software development and everything. But now I'm just realizing full circle, I can come back and actually make the games that I want to make. But now I have all that experience because I didn't have software engineering experience, right? So it's kind of cool. And we're using all these cool tools and it's now full circle and I can actually make the things that I really want and make them come to life, which would be super amazing. And at the same time, I'm doing this live because I want to show you the process of how I do prompting. And then maybe you can learn something from it. I'm actually kind of living my dream now, becoming a game designer, even though I didn't think I was going to be one, right? So All right, so here comes the fun part. Now I actually have to get these characters in the game, and I want to add a feature where you can actually put your face as a playable character in the game. And that's going to be the next live stream. So make sure you drop in the comments, would you actually play as Team OpenAI or Team Anthropic? Let's keep building.